Hi, Flosstube. Welcome back. We are Three Trail Stitchers. I'm Carrie. This is
Sarah.
And this is
Whitney.
And we are back together again. Together again. Thank you if you are coming back again. If you have subscribed, if you're just stopping by, welcome. Otherwise, we will get going because we have quite a bit. I always say it won't be a long one, but then we ramble for like...
It's longer when it's the three of us.
Yeah. When you just keep going and going. So, if you're looking to get to know us better, I mean, you probably already know us if you watch the other videos because, well, we don't hold back. But I was watching Handwork Maniac. Am I saying that right? I really hope I am. And she was asking her daughter, she had 3 questions for her about cross stitch because her daughter was joining her for her Flosstube. And so I thought we would answer those 3 questions. So number 1 is, how long have you been stitching? You go first.
Oh, okay. Well, I stitched in college, so that's been a while. And then, but I picked it back up about 2 years ago, I think. So I stitched through college, and that's been, you know, a long time ago. And then, so 1,000 years.
1,000 years ago.
But seriously, I've been stitching again for 2 years.
Probably about the same. I think I did embroidery for maybe a year or so.
Did you stitch when you were younger, though, cross stitch?
No, I don't think so.
I thought you had before.
I don't think so. I think I had the general idea of it from watching my mom, but I don't know that I probably didn't have the patience then. Sometimes I don't have patience now.
Truth.
But probably 2-3 years around that.
Me, probably, well, actually, I think it was a year ago in June, so maybe
She's specific.
18 months. Well, it was that last summer. It was like after we got back from Disney with Dad that I sat down and Mom, I mean, I tried to do it 6 months before that, but I did the wrong project and got mad and said it wasn't for me. So, yeah. But steadily since about 18 months, something like that. The next question is, what time of day do you stitch, or of week?
I usually stitch in the evenings after work if I'm not. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
That's good timing.
They are really boring, so it's just been that kind of day. I usually stitch, if I stitch during the week, I stitch in the evenings. Otherwise, I stitch usually for about half the day on Sunday and half the day on Saturday. But when we're together doing movies, I mean, I stitch the whole time we're together, so.
I'd say that's probably about the same. Usually, like in the evening after dinner, and then usually Sundays, most of the day on Sundays. And just honestly, kind of just depends how I feel. Sometimes I don't really, but evening is probably the most.
I try to stitch every evening because it just helps turn my brain off. But I mean, I think there were 1 or 2 days this week when I maybe put in like a few stitches on something. But if I get going in the evening, like after dinner, I mean, I'll stitch from like 7 to 9 or 9:30 or something like that. And then on the weekends, usually Saturday I don't plan to do anything, but you end up like running errands and stuff. So in the evening on Saturday and then all day. Like if I am home on a Sunday, I'll just sit and I'll start at like 10 and I'll stitch till 9 o'clock. I mean, with breaks for food because come on now, for sure. 3rd question, what is your stitching spot, your nest?
So I have my grandmother's recliner at my house. And I have like a 2-section cart, 2-basket cart that I got at Michael's. I just didn't put the top on. And that holds a lot of my stuff. And then I've got a couple baskets that hold different projects and things. And my IKEA little lap desk thing that has everything. So it's all right there.
I have my recliner with 3-tiered rolly cart that has all my stuff in it. I'm working on making my sunroom a stitch room. We just moved some comfortable furniture in there, and all that's missing are the hot lights and a TV, and it will be ready to go. And that will probably be my safe haven, is that little sunroom.
Yeah. I stitch mostly just in my recliner, which is behind this camera on the other side. And I have an IKEA cart, a 3-tiered IKEA cart that I keep next to me, but also I just, my stitching nest is like basically a, 5-foot radius around my recliner because I put stuff, my couch is right next to my recliner, so I'll set stuff on there. I have a tray with one of my projects that sits on my coffee table. I mean, it's just me, so it's my mess. I can live with my mess. So anyway, so those were our questions. Thanks to Handwork Maniac, which sounds really wrong now, but I think it's right. So we'll go to finishes. Any finishes? Okay, get down. Yeah, she won't stop. It's just it's become a thing. So, okay. And sorry if we bump the table or the cat jumps on the table.
All of a sudden, I just felt something on my shoulder. And I've watched too many scary movies lately.
It's the ghost.
Yeah, we just literally just watched Halloween, so in the middle of the day. That's how we roll.
Yes.
Any finishes, Sarah?
I have no finishes.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, then.
Whitney?
I don't have any fully
Well,
finished,
no, I don't have any fully finished. I do, but it's at my mom's.
I don't fully finish anything. So this, I think I showed last time I was on here, is my Hocus Pocus.
See it?
It's so cute.
I finished that, well, no, last week, maybe.
Yeah.
So I'm still not sure what I'm going to actually
really cute, though.
I
love the
actually do
colors.
with it. I didn't, so I just have all these little stars on it. It had, I don't know, like little things.
Like a witch hat?
Like a moon and a candle, and for some reason it didn't make sense to put a moon on something that
Yeah,
talks
the
about
candle
morning.
makes sense, but
But
I like the little stars.
yeah, I think it looks cute.
So I did that. And then I finished the Tiny Modernist
I love your fabric.
Halloween switchboard.
Now is that some of the fabric?
Boop, boop.
This is Picture This Plus.
Oh, okay.
This is
Voodoo.
Voodoo, which is like
Yeah.
my coveted fabric.
And this was so much fun to stitch. Like,
Who did you order Voodoo from?
probably 1, 2, 3 stitch. Or everything cross stitch. Those
Wow,
are
that's
usually
probably
my go-to is 1, 2, 3 stitch.
I
or
tried to
everything
find it
cross stitch.
forever and couldn't find it, and then I kind of gave up. So
But yeah, I enjoyed stitching this. It was fun. It makes me want to start
the
the
Christmas one.
Yeah. And that's all I got.
I also random string. I also finished my Halloween Ouija. And mine was on 14 count Zweigert Autumn Blush. It's a no, it's not Autumn Blush. I don't remember the name of it, but it's a what's it called? Rustic. It's like rustico. So it's kind of scratchy, burlappy, but I think it ended up looking good.
I love the color.
Yeah, I'm
Because
happy
your
with
colors are super bold on it. I like the way
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
looks.
I was not crazy about my backstitch on the web for some reason.
It was hard. I
know, like
backstitch
why?
is not
Let me
my
see.
thing anyway.
I mean, I think it looks
I
fine.
think it looks fine.
Yeah, they
Let
both
me
look
see
fine.
yours.
Yeah, hers looks good too. I think I just backstitch
kinda
is not my
wonky,
number one
but-
jam.
you know, I
So,
do not like to do backstitch.
As I sit here with this project I'm gonna show later, that's like 90% backstitch.
I was gonna say that's okay.
So that was my only finish. Yes. Whoops.
Okay. So this is what I've been working on off and on this week. I'm still kind of in that weird place at night when I get home that I don't always feel like stitching. And so it's the Welcome Foolish Mortals from Good Morning Maui. And the first little ghost there with the bowler hat, his hat got stitched. His hat got stitched 3 times because I was off by 1 stitch.
Oh no.
And I'm the only one who could notice it, but it drove me nuts. So
That's
it
just
got frogged.
creative counting. You
Well,
just keep going.
see,
I really like the colors.
the last guy over here, there's some creative counting in his
Yeah.
beard and in his
that just makes it yours.
shirt thing. But on this, it was driving me nuts. And so
I'm
I
pretty sure
frogged it
there's
twice, stitched it 3
Creative
times.
counting in all of my projects.
So on this, I'm almost done. I just have the,
Is that the pattern? Oh.
no,
What's
it's
the
the,
pattern?
it's the
Let's show
cover.
the pattern.
I just have the end piece. I've got all the words. So this is the last thing I have to stitch, and I'll probably get that done tonight.
So that was your whip.
That's my only whip for this week. or for the last couple weeks I've been working
She's
on
not
it.
amused. I feel like
I'm not.
The table.
I'm not amused with you at all.
You're like, I'm
Oh,
moving the
I'm not
table.
done. I have some back stitching on him.
See, it's the back stitch always gets you.
Yeah, you always feel like
I
you're
was
done.
wondering why he looked weird.
And plus, I usually leave my back stitch till the end, and then I
do
have to
too.
do it all, which
Well,
is my own fault.
his nose and then the lines on his forehead. So I'm
That doesn't
almost ready
count.
for the last. No, it doesn't. I'm almost ready for the last piece. There's backstitch there too. Dude, I'm not putting that in. Sorry.
Leave out all the back stitch.
All right, your whips.
Okay, so I have two that I'm doing. And the first one I'm doing is this Halloween sampler. And I started it, I don't know, 2 or 3 days ago. And that's where I'm at. I'm just kind of doing it. It's a big
Yeah, you can see
pattern,
it.
so I broke it down into smaller pages, and I don't want to have to move my Q snap. So
Well, I think that's
it's
just
kind
smart.
of half words and,
Yeah,
you know, getting there, but I don't want to have to move this thing.
that's what I do though. I don't want to.
And then the other one I'm working on, I have to find the name of it, is,
Is it just No, it's not.
it's, I can't remember the name. It's
It's the
Dracula's Confession.
Is that the Lindy Stitches
Yeah,
one?
and it's, I don't know if it'll come up, but it's from Lindy Stitcher. Stitchers?
Stitches. I do stitches.
And I just have a few of. You could do this pattern horizontally or vertically.
Vertically.
And I did it, horizontal. So I stopped working on it to work on the Halloween sampler because
I like that red.
this is
That's a good
red,
red.
from the Witchy Stitcher. I got her mystery box last fall.
Yeah.
And this was
Are you gonna have enough red?
yeah, there's 2 skeins of it. And it's actually called Dracula, I think.
Cool.
So I figured I did mix up the colors from the pattern, but
So you just figured what
it's
the
a
heck.
beautiful red, so
Yeah,
I wanted to use it.
I would do red. I
So those are
Sorry,
Yeah,
my-
that's really cool.
my whips.
Yeah.
You see my
Why don't
cup floating.
Oh, and I do have the fat quarter shot stitch along ready to go. I just haven't started it yet.
Okay, I have 2 whips. I think I worked on my Judith Kirby, but it was legit like 8 stitches, so I'm not gonna show that because you know. So I kept going on Midnight Way, and I'm almost done with part 2 now that all the parts are out. So all I have left is a little bit of white around the cats and bats. I will do the back stitching at the end. And then I'm going to move down and do the border all the way over here. And then I'll move my Q-snap and I'll do part 3 and the border at the bottom. So I'm in no hurry to get this done. It's just kind of a nice one to pick up and work on when I feel like it. But I really have enjoyed it, and I really like the colors on this fabric. So I've been pretty happy with that one. And then on Thursday night, the last 7 episodes of Supernatural started. So we're all Supernatural fans. And of course, I think we've talked about this before, but the season got delayed because of COVID, but it was supposed to be the last season. So luckily they decided to film it once it was safe. And so they're airing the last 7 episodes over the next 7 weeks or whatever. So and I decided I wanted to do a Supernatural stitch while I was watching the last 7 episodes. This is going to take longer than 7 hours, is what I
I know, I
discovered.
didn't think it would be that big.
I
It's
can't show
pretty
you a
big.
picture of it because it's just the pattern. It was from Etsy.
But
and
you can tell them what it says.
Well, yeah, I will, but I don't remember the name of the seller. I'll
You're
try
a
to find it
horrible
and I'll say
person.
it next week because I'll be working on it again next week. So I just started it the other night. This is fabric that I dyed, and then I started the border. The colors are really pretty. It has more colors than you would think. It's basically this border, and then inside it's there's like some cherries over in the corner, and then a piece of cherry pie on a plate, and underneath it says, "Dude, where's the pie?" Because that's a line from Supernatural,
Because
Dean loves
pie.
loves pie. I mean, who doesn't love cherry pie, personally? Or my favorite pie?
Hot or cold?
What's your favorite pie? Well, that's what our great-grandpa
cold.
used to say. When people would ask what his favorite pie was, he would say hot or cold.
My absolute most favorite pie is the peanut butter pie they used to have up at Corbin Mill. That I have the recipe someplace in my house, but I haven't made it in a very, very long time because when I make it, I eat the whole pie.
Pie tangent. What's your favorite pie?
I like coconut cream pie.
Kinda
And
weird.
lemon meringue. So
That's
it's
nasty.
kind of like
like that's weird.
it's kind of a toss up. I like
No,
both
I would
though.
probably that would probably
I
be
didn't
something
know
like
you liked
Mom would say.
coconut.
I love coconut.
Yeah,
God, you're strange.
Mimi didn't like. No,
No,
maybe
Mimi
coconut.
like coconut.
Mom doesn't. She ain't used
Well,
to.
Mom likes coconut
Okay.
now. What's your favorite pie, idiot?
My favorite pie is a fruit pie, strawberry rhubarb.
Your favorite? Oh, I thought it was lemon meringue.
Yeah. Well, I would say of like a cream pie, lemon meringue.
Is lemon meringue a cream pie?
Well, I mean, it's not like it's
No,
not
it's
a
not a
fruit.
cream
I don't
pie.
consider it like a fruit pie because there's not pieces of fruit in it.
It's like I would consider it like a jellied pie.
Let us know in the comments if you consider lemon
It's not a
meringue a
fruit pie.
fruit pie. But strawberry rhubarb and lemon meringue. I love lemon meringue.
But let's
It's
face
so
it,
good.
you set
It's my
pie
mom's
down in
favorite.
front of one of us and
We're
it
gonna
ain't
eat
gonna get turned
we have
down.
a restaurant that's, I mean, it's sort of a chain. I think there's 2 of them in the Kansas City area. It's called the Corner Cafe. And it's like sort of a Cracker Barrel, like it's home style cooking. And they do different pies each day. And Friday is always lemon meringue. Their meringue is so good. It really is.
It
It's
is good.
some of the best lemon meringue pie. That was a tangent. Welcome to our brains.
Now I want to make a peanut butter pie.
So anyway, so my supernatural stitch, I will stitch on it for the next 6 episodes while I cry like a wee baby because it's ending.
I know, it's awful. I'm not ready.
I'm not ready.
No.
And then I will have to stitch on it afterwards because there's no way that's a 7-hour stitch since it took me an hour just to do that part of the border.
And are you gonna frame it or are you gonna try and do a wall hanging?
I'm going to put it in when it's done, I'm going to put it in my kitchen. So I'll either frame it or make it a wall hanging.
Okay.
I maybe frame it because then it would be behind glass since it's in the kitchen.
Yeah, but if you put it like over by the phone or something, I think
Yeah.
you'd be okay.
So I thought that fabric, my kitchen's pink, so I thought that fabric would go pretty well in my kitchen.
No,
so.
I think it'll look good.
Anywho. So, okay, so whips, finishes. I feel like we're going quick.
We are
16
going quick.
minutes, pie tangents and all.
It's because you're like rushing us.
Let's do haul.
Okay. Well, my haul today goes with my plans.
I didn't know she bought one of those.
I did.
What is it?
It's a corner
It's
measure
a corner
thing.
measure thing. Look how cute that is.
Did you see that?
It was at CC.
It was
the
at
register.
CC at the register, and it's from Joseph's Workshop. josephworkshop.com.
Made in the USA.
the
Why didn't you point those out?
Because you guys were
I saw
over
it.
by the door talking and ignoring me.
Okay.
In fact, I might have even turned around to say, "Aren't these cute?" And you idiots were off talking about something.
I doubt that.
So hurtful.
I doubt that.
So childish.
Anyway, I had a plastic one somewhere, because I like to start in the corner, and this
Yeah.
way I can
I do too.
measure in, stick my pen.
I'll sometimes middle start, but usually it's a stitch along, or I have to middle
I don't
start.
middle start it off.
Or I'm not sure about if my fabric is pretty close, like too close for comfort, then I'll start in the middle to make sure.
And then I just cut some of your eye's a little red.
I know.
Have you been rubbing it? Sorry.
It's just from, I think it's like the mask. My eyes get dry.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, so I bought.
I know,
Shut
right?
up. Shut up. So I bought some. Okay, I want to do this, which is Teresa Kogut's dance party. I didn't buy this today. I've had it, but I needed fabric for it because not a single piece of fabric at home will work.
Of course not.
So I bought this. It's from Mountain Air.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, I like it.
I was
Especially-
probably ignoring you too when you bought that.
You probably
but
did.
I like it.
And I bought all the colors, so I think all the colors are going
It's
to
16 count Egyptian
16
something.
count Egyptian sand.
Sand.
So I think all the colors will go really well with it. I wanted something a little bit darker, but I think I'm going to be happy I have this. And it's a big enough piece that I'll have some left over for other stuff. But I have not stitched on 16 probably since I was in college. So I can see the squares, which is kind of unusual. Usually I can't see the little holes if it's smaller than 14 because I'm blind. But I think it'll be good. And I really like all those colors.
Yeah, I like it.
Is that all you bought?
That's all I bought today. And then the little.
Corner thing.
That's so
What
cute.
did you buy at CC today? or
Too
recently?
much. I bought all this today.
Oh.
It's pressure to have a haul.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so I
That's
bought
the excuse.
this pattern. I don't know if you can see with the glare.
It's so cute.
I had it on my wish list for 1, 2, 3. So I bought it. And then this is the second Halloween sampler that just came out. All of a sudden right now I'm into doing letters. So
Yeah. I
all
think
of
it's
my
sort of
things.
you don't have to think too hard.
Yeah. And then I bought this, which is just a cute little stitch. That's it.
I have some stuff.
You always have some
I
stuff.
bought Glendon Place Phantom Plantation. I had ordered a copy of it on eBay because it's kind of hard to find online, but it never shipped. So I ended up getting my money refunded because I don't think they shipped it. And so luckily Cece had it and I bought it. This is like Backstitch Palooza. So I would love to do this, but I don't know if it'll be anytime soon because it's pretty big. It's 280 by 170. But this fabric it's on is amazing.
Yeah, it's neat.
But it's a linen.
Well, but I'm wondering if you can find something. You
Similar,
showed
probably.
Mom and I something similar to that.
I also bought
I'll need to go back through our.
that Gaia from Bestitch Me.
Yeah.
I also bought, I had ordered this at CC, Sleepy Hollow by Hello from Lizette Matthews, which is amazing. And I love the bats in this because they make me think of the cartoons of the Mothman. I love them. I love these bats.
I love that
So
pattern. It's
I'm
neat.
excited to do this one. This is 193 by 95, so it's not quite as big,
I didn't get to see that.
but the colors are neat. And then another eBay purchase from like mid-August or early August, and it just got here the other day. Are 2 more of these Cat's Meow Village, because I collect those little wooden houses like you see behind me. So this is Cat's Meow Village, series 11. I have a thing for little houses.
But those aren't Cat's Meow behind you. Those are
No.
the Independence houses.
And then Cat's Meow Village series 2. So I have that one as well. And then from Stash Unload, my last thing is I bought this. Somebody was selling a bunch of Halloween patterns, and I think this was like maybe 7 or 8 with shipping. I don't know, it was not much. But this is from the Needles Notion, and I love that haunted house.
It's cute.
So will I do it anytime soon? Who knows? But I mean, we don't buy things because we're gonna immediately stitch them. We buy them so they can sit in a drawer.
Well, yeah.
And we
Just
can
in
talk about
case
stitching
when
them.
we want to stitch them. They're there.
Duh.
Oh, that was everybody. Plans.
Oh, well, my plans are to wrap up Welcome Foolish Mortals, and then I'm going to start my dance party. And I'm going to get back to work because I didn't realize I had so much done on this first square.
Oh, is that your Hawk Run Holler?
Yeah, and I have an idea for a finish, so that's why I'm kind of excited to get back to it. So I started Hawk Run Hollow, Halloween. Oh, sorry. And I didn't realize I had that much done on my first square. But I was watching a Flosstube with Mom, and I'm going to apologize because I have no idea who it was. But they had a 9 patch in the background, and they had embroidered like houses around it.
Oh, neat.
Well, I thought it would be cool because 9 patch is one of my favorite quilt patterns. I think it would be cool to take these individual squares and make this the center of the 9 patch square.
Oh, okay.
So you have 3, 3, and then you have a solid. And then, so I mean, it's going to be huge, and I think it's going to be a lot bigger than I thought it was. So maybe I'll have to find some 16, but I don't really want to start over. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do just 9 of these out of the how many's there? 4, 8, 11. Out of the 11, I'm gonna pick 9 of the squares to do, and then do 9 patch squares and do a big wall hanging for my.
I would
living
like
room.
to just like I think this is cool. I have no desire
Oh,
to
it's amazing.
make this kind of a commitment, but I do want to stitch
The Sleepy Hollow, the Headless Horseman.
Yeah, the Headless Horseman
Yeah.
from this one.
And
so.
I think it would be neat, like when I'm all done, I would like to stitch the witches from the center,
Yeah.
and just have those sit like flat fold on an easel in front of the quilt or something.
Yeah, that would be neat.
So that's my plan. I don't know how far I'll get on it, but when I pulled this out to look at it, I was further on this first square than I thought I was. So
Yeah.
I thought, I'll put it in my basket.
Plans?
I'm going to keep working on my 2 whips, and I would like to start the back quarter shop.
Yeah, I'm gonna show
So
that
it's
one.
long,
Yeah.
but I'm still not sure if my fabric will work. So
Yeah. Plans for me, I'm gonna keep working, of course, on my Supernatural one on Thursdays when I watch the show. I'm going to keep working on Frosted Pumpkin. Oh, I also bought for Hall. I bought the Frosted Pumpkin kit for their Christmas wreath that's coming out. I don't think it ships till
That
the
looks
end of October.
Super cute.
it does.
I'm very
It's
excited
really
about it.
cute.
I really do like Frosted Pumpkin stuff. It's just kind of relaxing to stitch. It's easy to follow. And this is going to be a stitch along, and they might still have kits available. I don't know.
But it's like 7 months, isn't it?
Yeah, it starts November 20th, I believe, and it goes for 7 months. So it's not meant to be done this Christmas. It's meant to be fully finished for the following Christmas. So
Do you have any idea how you want to finish
what did
it?
I do?
I feel like you were gonna smack me in the face because I was like leaning in and you're.
So I'm pretty excited to do it.
Do you know how you want to finish it? Because I kind of have an idea.
I want to finish it as a pillow wreath, like as an actual wreath that I could hang on my door.
Okay, that's what I was thinking
Yeah.
too, and even cut.
So that'll take some. I mean,
she won't finish it.
I'm not gonna finish it.
But Mom,
Yeah.
just in case you're watching,
Yeah.
Carrie's gonna want
Yes,
to
I
finish
already
that.
need to do
You
it.
have
I
a
already
year.
told her.
You
and
have
she
a
was
year to
like,
figure it out.
She was like, oh yeah, I think we could do that. So anyway, and then other plans. I think I'm going to, like Whitney said, start Fright Night by Fat Quarter Shop, not Frosted Pumpkin. So there's only 2 parts out. So I strongly feel like I could catch up. Says Carrie
I think
today.
it would go fairly fast.
And I was trying to find fabric, and I was going through my fabric, which I don't have like a huge fabric stash, but I bought the floss, which I'm sure I had all of this, but I bought it anyway, and I'm missing one of my skeins of black. Maybe it's still in the bag.
How would you know?
Maybe I only bought 4.
I just feel like one of these days I need to break down and buy the cone.
Oh, for sure.
310.
Yeah, you.
Most
And then I
everything has
found
stitches.
Those would be
this.
good Christmas presents.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what you should get me for Christmas.
I found this in my fabric stash, which is Picture This Plus, and I don't know what the name of this Picture This Plus is, but you guys probably do. It's sort of a blue-gray with orange, and I thought that...
Yeah, that'll
I
look
think it'll be
good,
pretty,
and it'll
yeah.
bring the orange, like you said, out in the fabric.
Just throw it up there. Like you can see that. So I'm going to try, because this is definitely a big enough piece, because we figured out, what, 14 by 14?
Yeah, right about there. If it's
For
on
on 14 count. Which
So do you know what this is supposed to be when it's done? Like, is it
it's
a mausoleum or
mystery stitch-along.
Mystery.
Sarah. What kind of a mystery? I don't know, but I'm going to assume there's probably
Little sisters?
a
Are so
house.
Maybe a pumpkin.
Yeah, maybe a cat and a pumpkin, or I don't know, because it doesn't have a ton of colors. I just think it's at the point where I could actually catch up. Not that I'll stay with it, but I could
That's why
catch
I
up.
want to get it started. But
Before we let you go and we
Ramble on about other stuff.
get into media corner, which probably won't be that long because I haven't done a ton. But anyway, we reached 100 subscribers. We're close to 200. So we're going to do a giveaway. I did not get the bag finished. I'm going to make a project bag to give away. We're going to throw in a piece of bleach dyed fabric that Whitney did.
yes.
And then perhaps even a pattern. I haven't thought that much about it. But
You know, I might actually have a duplicate of a pattern at home we could throw
Yeah.
in. I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I'll have to go through my patterns.
So the fabric I chose today for me to make the project bag out of is just from my fabric stash, and it is this amazing cherry fabric. So this will be on the outside, and this red polka dot will be the inside of the project bag, and the I don't know. I'll have to see. Sometimes I'll do this color as the zipper area, and sometimes I'll do this fabric as a zipper. But anywho, so this will be the project bag, and I will work on getting that done this week.
Do you want them to answer a question? How do we want to?
Yeah, if you, let's say,
How about favorite pie?
yeah, how about that? Because it's a cherry bag, and I'm
Hey,
stitching a cherry
there you
pie.
go.
So tell us what your favorite pie is down in the comments, and then next week we'll pick a winner with a random generator, and we'll announce it next week.
And then when we get to 200 subscribers, I will make one of these sew away bags. It won't be the cherry fabric, but I'll find something in my stash to make it. Maybe I'll do beanie ginghams, all
So,
different colors.
We just wanted to do a giveaway to just say thank you
Yeah,
for subscribing and putting
absolutely.
up with our
Crazy.
shenanigans,
Yes.
our hullabaloo, our rigmarole. So anywho, if you are not interested in what we are watching, listening to, or reading, feel free to bow out now. Just like click out and get on out. But if you're interested in listening to us ramble,
Stick around.
hey, that's what we do best.
It's true.
We ramble.
Ramblepalooza.
So Sarah, what are you reading, listening to, or watching?
Well, what do you want to start with?
Let's be
organized.
Let's do reading.
All right. So I'm reading a little bit of everything. Since we're back at school, I read a lot of kids' books when I'm back at school. So I'm in the middle of reading The Night Diary. I just wanted to show the book. The Night Diary, which is one of the, every state, I'm sure, has their library nominated award winners, and so this is for the Mark Twain nominees. This is one of the books this year. I've read about 5 of the Mark Twain so far, and there's 12. I usually only make it through half because there's usually dead dogs in some of them. And
a lot of times they're depressing.
I don't handle dead animals. I don't handle grandparents with dementia or Alzheimer's very well. So there's a lot of, and my kids are really good about telling me. They'll read one and they'll be like, "This one's for you, Miss McDonald. Don't read this one." So I just started The Night Diary. I'm almost finished with Ambrose Deception, which is another one of the nominees. And I realized this was one of my read alouds to my 5th graders last year during quarantine, when we were off of school during our extended spring break. And I realized I never finished it. I thought I had because a girl wanted to talk to me about the ending, and I realized I hadn't done it. And then the other book I'm reading is called Skunk and Badger. It's the first book in a new Young Readers series by, I think her name's Amy Timberlake. I'm not 100% sure on that. But I love books where animals have personalities and talk and act like people.
Anthropomorphic.
That's what I said.
Is that it?
Personification.
That's a big word.
I don't know.
The word
I could
she
be
said
wrong.
that I can't say. No, I think you're right. Anyway, the whole thing that got me is someone reviewed it and they said it was like The Odd Couple met Winnie the Pooh. And it really is. They're 2 very different characters that have kind of been thrown into this living situation together, and it's funny, it's cute.
Yeah, our thing is the Missouri Association of School Librarians, who releases our award-winning lists, and they're all like, of course, they're like Missouri, because Mark Twain was born in Hannibal, Missouri, so the Mark Twain Awards are upper elementary.
Mm-hmm. And then there's
picture books are the Show Me's, because we're the Show Me state. Then there's Truman.
Truman is in Gateways.
One's middle school, one's high school. I always get them mixed up.
I do
because
too.
We're elementary. But
Yeah,
so the Gateway Arch, and then of course Harry Truman. So I'm sure every state has their own.
Yeah.
Kansas is like the Sunflower books or something like
Well,
that.
and I know like Texas are the Bluebonnet books,
Yeah.
because a lot of times the same books will show up on multiple state lists.
Yes.
And I'm enjoying this year's nominees more than I have in the past because there's been more just kind of enjoyable books and not necessarily
I think this year, of any year, I think kids need uplifting books.
Yeah,
just like
uplifting
we do,
books, I guess. And they usually, they'll deal with real situations that kids are dealing with, but sometimes you want to read something that's out of that situation too. So that's what I'm reading.
What are you reading?
I'm actually reading.
I've not been
actually
reading much, so.
So we do I have to find the name of it now. A book club with Dark Side Bags.
Yeah, Dark Side Bags, who makes Project Bags. Did she make this?
Yeah, she made
this
my
Grime Guard.
Grime Guard.
So she has a horror book club on Etsy. If you go to her page, there's a highlight
on
that shows
Instagram.
on Etsy. On Instagram, if you go to her page, there's like a highlight from Insta Stories. That's the books that we've been reading.
And if you're interested in it, you can just DM her and she adds you to it. Anyway, there's 2 books. I think they do 2 books a month. And you can read both of them. You can read one of them. The first one is Burnt Offerings, which I just started. And the next one, I think, is The Halloween Tree.
By Ray Bradbury.
Bradbury.
Oh, yeah, that would be a fun one.
Who is Burnt Offerings by?
How do you say that? Robert Morosco?
Oh.
Yeah.
Because Laurel K. Hamilton had a book with that, and I was like, that's not
So there's
really
been some good ones, and like she's pretty honest because she just read one that we were gonna read, that To Astra or whatever, and she said that she couldn't get into it at all. So, and I'm in it as well.
Great.
Yeah, I'm in it as well, but I've skipped a few of the books because just like life,
I
get in my way.
I tried to read the first one, and I couldn't finish the book because I got scared.
Well,
some of them
are pretty good. The first one we did was about a house,
it was the house
in Lawrence, Kansas, which was not far from where I was living at the time.
I don't remember the name of the book. And it was a really good one.
It was very good.
I'll see if I can find it on my Kindle.
But
I bought it.
it's fun, and she also makes great bags. So
she does make great bags.
So anyhow, what am I reading?
That's what I'm reading. Yeah.
I have not been reading much. I don't know what the deal is, but it's fine. I give myself a break. Of course, still reading Murder on the Orient Express, Death on the Nile, which normally I would read in like 3 days, but 3 weeks later, I'm still reading it.
There it is.
And then I picked up a kid's book the
Kill
other
Creek.
day.
Kill Creek.
Kill Creek
Yes.
is the
Sorry.
book that we were
Sorry.
talking about.
I
It
got
takes place in
scared.
Lawrence. And I think the author's from Lawrence, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. I got a book from the library. Is it called The Middlers? And I was just sitting in the library. I was waiting for my class to start, and it was sitting there, so I picked it up and just read the first chapter. And I think it's going to be pretty good. It makes me think of something. It makes me think of
It's not that Scooby-Doo-ish one, right?
no.
Okay.
No, this is a kid's one.
Book. Okay.
It makes me think sort of like The Village. M. Night Shyamalan's The Village meets something else. I don't know.
Terrible. Movie.
Which The Village is totally. Where you go? This is a deep cut. Running Out of Time by Margaret Peterson Haddix. When I saw The Village, I was like, "That's Running Out of Time by Margaret Peterson Haddix," and I think that she ended up suing him. But
Yeah, when I saw The Village, I turned to Carrie and said,
I don't mind The Village.
5 minutes after the movie started, I said,
"No, spoiler alert!"
is this how it's going to end? And she goes, I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
I
And
think
sure
it was
enough,
awful.
That's
No, I
how
liked
it ended.
But I liked The Happening with Mark Wahlberg, and people hated that too.
I was not
terrible,
happy.
but I liked it.
Considering I absolutely loved Signs.
Oh,
And then we went and saw The
Oh,
Village,
yeah.
and I was like,
Signs is by far the best.
I
Yeah,
had
it's
that
the
figured out in
best.
5 minutes. It made me mad.
Yeah. Okay. What are you listening to?
I'm listening to Harry Potter 5.
Okay.
And like I had to go and renew it, and I've even been taking my headphones to work and listening to it in the morning before school starts because I don't know, all of a sudden I'm just super back in
Into
love
it.
with Harry Potter. So
Into it.
again,
I am actually listening to spooky podcasts that have been recommended in some of our groups. And the first one is called Scare You to Sleep. And she just tells creepy little stories that are, submitted by the listeners, things like that. She has a super soothing voice. So
you're like,
yeah, you kind
and
of
then you
just
have
want to.
nightmares.
Yes. And then the second one that I started
whispers you
listening
to
to is called Scared to Death. And it's Dan Cummings that does it. He also has a podcast called Time Suck, which I've not listened to. But he's basically telling stories to scare the dickens out of his wife. So they also post it on YouTube. So they have like a little video of their booth set up. And so I've actually
Slop City
watched
does
a couple of those. And
I'll have to
they're
listen to
actually
those.
pretty good stories.
Okay.
Like they're pretty good. A couple of them really creep me out, and I feel like I'm kind of numb to a lot of horror stuff. 'Cause
Yeah,
we watch
so
so much
much
of it, but some of them were pretty good. So give it a listen if you're into that.
I listened to music a lot this week.
No.
I don't know. I think I don't know why.
I expected an
Here's
educational
why.
podcast
I
again.
decided to rewatch the first half of this season of Supernatural to get ready to prepare myself, and it's like very music heavy.
It is. Yes,
yeah.
it is.
And so they play the beginning of that season started with the famous final scene by Bob Seger. And so then I was listening to that song and like other Bob Seger stuff, and then I just was on shuffle. The only podcast I listened to this week was I got caught up on And Nothing Less. I don't know if it's done. I'm not sure if it's done or not. I hope it's not, but. And they suggested during that one a podcast called Amended, which is also about the 19th Amendment. So I listened to 2 episodes of that, and it's really interesting because it looks at it from the perspective of, people whose voices weren't always heard, minorities, and how their struggle for the vote as well, because the 19th Amendment did not.
Cover everybody.
Yeah.
Do you ever feel stupid?
All the time.
Because
All the time.
I'm listening to Harry Potter, she's listening to spooky stories,
Well,
and
I
then here's
listen to-
Carrie. I'm educating myself.
My
I'm listening
husband
to
does the same
19th
thing. Like he watches all these educational shows, rocket scientists and stuff, and I'm like,
Kurt?
can I turn on Ghost Adventures? 'Cause-
Well,
Yeah.
I also, in the same
Yeah.
sentence, was like, I listened to a lot of Bob Seger.
I swear, he and Carrie were separated at birth.
Carrie are like soulmates.
They really
I
are.
really truly believe they are soulmates.
She missed the boat on that hunk.
Yeah.
And then,
What?
on that hunk, is that what you said? Oh, Kurt.
Oh, Kurt.
What was that? Oh, what are you watching?
What am I watching? Obviously, Supernatural's back on.
It was really good.
It was really
it was
good.
very good.
All I'm gonna say, a little bit of a spoilers alert. I love Miss Butters.
Oh, yeah.
She's pretty amazing.
I think Miss Butters.
I would like to
her.
have a Miss Butters.
I would
Oh,
like
no
Miss
joke.
Butters.
Yeah.
I finished The Reckoning on Netflix last week. which was good. It didn't end it quite the way I wanted to, but I enjoyed it. And then I think that's it. I think Bob's Burgers. A lot of Bob's Burgers.
Wade likes that too. I asked
Does he?
him. Yeah, he was like, I'm surprised Sarah likes that.
I
Yeah,
love
but
Bob's
Sarah,
Burgers.
like, she
loves
watched-
it.
She always watched The Simpsons.
Yeah, I
She's
watched
like
The
Mike,
Simpsons
you know?
probably until the movie came. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just been the
He
last
was-
few
he was
years I've
super
kind of given
shocked
up on The
that you
Simpsons.
like that.
but I love
I'm just,
Bob's
that's not my,
Burgers.
you would think it would be my thing, but it's just
No.
not.
your
I
jam.
don't like that kind of stuff. So I tried to watch Ratchet on Netflix.
Oh,
okay.
people love it.
I know they do,
And I love Sarah Paulson.
but I'm having a hard. It's sort of like American Horror Story-ish, where sometimes their
Well, it's
stories
the
kind of
same
go,
producer or
and
director
you're like,
or whatever.
What?
Okay.
What am I?
I've heard it's
It's-
like visually really
I
amazing.
love her.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she's great in it, but I haven't finished it because,
Just don't know.
Yeah. So I started watching that, and honestly, I've just been watching all the scary movies that are on AMC, Freeform, Sci-Fi, because I love a bad sci-fi.
I
movie.
do. I have found myself scrolling through. I feel like there was a movie I watched last week. on
Kurt even
Netflix.
left Halloween on. Like he didn't come in and change channel. 'cause
The
he
original?
knows.
I don't know
Yes.
what it is. I'd have to get back on my Netflix and look. But I watched something last week that was a little scary, and I was kind of proud of myself because I usually don't do that unless I'm with you. Two.
Wade started
but I'm like in
the
the mood to watch that stuff.
Haunting of Bly Manor.
Yeah,
I
wanna
want to
watch
watch
that.
that. I
He
didn't
said-
watch the first season.
Oh yeah.
But
which-
It's not the same thing, is it?
no.
Somebody
It's,
said the
it's
first
like,
season was like really depressing.
what do they call it? An anthology
Oh, so it is somehow related.
somehow, but
Oh,
I
just thought
I
it was
don't
something
know.
different.
He just told me
And yeah, so
like the middle of the night. Hey mom, I'm watching this, and it's pretty good.
and there's a bunch of stuff I'd like to start. Like Mom talked about that
Yeah.
Utopia.
I feel like it's
And
gonna be a
What's
crazy.
that monster one on
There's
Hulu?
Monster something on Hulu.
We have
Yeah.
gone astray.
We really have.
I
And
feel like it's
then
gonna be a really long winter, so
Books
we're
of
gonna have
Blood
plenty
I
of
wanna
time to
start.
catch up
Yes,
on
that looks
things.
good too.
So
And then if we would get HBO Max, I could start Lovecraft Country.
yeah, there's a
Yeah,
ton
I'd
of
like
stuff
to
on
watch
HBO
because
Max.
I have a friend who on Facebook who she's just over in Kansas City and they're already watching it and she talks every week talks about how great it is.
Well, you can get HBO Max on like your iPad and stuff, but I want to be able to get it
I don't
through
want to pay
Comcast.
for it.
Well, I think you have to have HBO.
Well, I have HBO.
Oh, okay,
Then you
never mind.
have access to it.
Yeah.
All you have to do is put in your cable login.
Don't you all want to know all this?
Just so you know, at least for Xfinity cable, if you have HBO,
Okay,
all
okay.
you have to do is log in for you can
Son
watch
of
it.
a monkey biscuit.
Yeah.
It's not on their on
The
demand,
more
have
you
to watch
know.
it
There's a
on
lot of
iPad
stuff
or
on
whatever,
HBO
but
Max.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
anyway.
Okay, what am I watching? Because we got to wrap this up. It's almost 45 minutes. We went from like, it's going so fast. I, of course, watched the first part of Supernatural, the last season, this last weekend. I watched some Flosstube, but not a ton of Flosstube this week. I don't know. And then I watched last night, they're going to make fun of me again. I watched on CNN, they're doing a series on First Ladies, and my mom had watched the first episode, which is about Michelle Obama. It was so good, and I got teary-eyed a few times. Oh, the world. But it was really fascinating. So if you're interested in First Ladies, and I had just got done saying I wish that the lady that did Presidential would do a First Lady podcast, because I think it would be fascinating, but then the CNN one's coming out. I think the next episode's about Jackie O, which I think will be really
That'd
fascinating.
probably be good.
And then also, if you're interested in the 19th Amendment, I mean, who's not? That was a good laugh.
thanks.
There is a American Experience on PBS. They're doing I think it's a 3-part on the vote, and I've watched parts 1 and 2, and it's interesting. So it talks about like Alice Paul and Elizabeth Cady Stanton and all those ladies. And I told Sarah it makes me want to go to Seneca Falls, New York, and see the Women's History Park or whatever it's called, the National. Anyway. That's what I've been watching, and today we watched Halloween, and tonight we're watching Trick or Treat,
Hocus
and
Pocus.
Hocus Pocus,
And the host.
And the host.
and The Host, which is some new scary movie on Shudder.
on Shudder, and I've heard it's amazing.
Yeah,
So it will probably.
and we're gonna
be
order
terrible.
dinner from V's because we don't eat in
Yummo.
restaurants because 2020. So V's is like a classic Italian.
Kansas
Kansas
City.
City's just
Yeah,
here,
I
isn't it?
think it's just
Oh,
here.
and by the way, the new episode of Fargo, if you want to see some classic Kansas City, is based in Kansas City in the 1950s. and
Seriously?
it's got Chris Rock. Uh-huh.
Have you watched
Nice.
it?
I haven't watched it yet, but I want to. I was waiting for like more episodes to be on
Oh my
because I
God.
like to binge.
What is it on?
FX.
But you can watch it on Hulu.
But you can't watch it on Hulu. Okay.
So anyway, so we will let you go because, my goodness, I mean, this should just be a media podcast.
we could probably do a whole
Flosstube.
separate media thing.
This should be media too.
Especially with you guys, because you guys.
Yeah, we watch.
read a
I mean,
lot.
what else are you gonna do though in 2020? I mean, you're gonna watch, listen, or read, or stitch because
But we could, the
It
three
just
of
is
us
what
could
it
do
is.
one from our entire lives growing up.
Oh Lord.
yeah.
I mean,
Oh Lord.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we could just pick a cheesy 80s movie and spend a whole hour on it.
Oh, by the way,
Totally could.
as people, like I was born in 75, Sarah was born in 70, Whitney's 74.
Yes.
And I got the American, which I knew it was coming out, but the new American Girl historical doll. Like,
She's from
you know,
86.
She's amazing.
Molly.
Historical is not
Amazing.
86.
There's like Molly
Amazing.
from the 40s, who was always my favorite. I have the one from the 50s. And then the new one is the 80s. If that does not make you feel old,
Where is it?
I don't know what does.
I don't know.
She has like a Miss Pac-Man game. Her hair is like curly or crimped or something.
Yeah, I think it's crimped. It's
Jean
amazing.
skirt. I mean, she's wearing the clothes that we couldn't afford as kids.
The outfit's really
Yeah,
good.
right. That we really wanted. She looks straight out of like Night of the Comet. I don't know.
It's
I saw it
amazing.
somewhere. But anyway,
So sad. She's awesome.
Google the new American Girl doll, and I don't know her name. But if you want to feel old, and you are, I mean, not that we're not somewhat old, but
Oh no, we're old.
yeah.
For sure.
So anyway, that was an eye opener. And then we heard like one of my favorite albums of all time. My friend Carrie sent to me this morning that it turned 20, and I was like,
What album?
All That You Can't Leave Behind by U2, and I was like, what? What?
Oh,
How does that happen?
that upstart Irish band?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, so okay, we're done.
Apparently we're stopping.
Don't forget, if you want to enter our giveaway, if you made it through this, feel free to enter the giveaway. Please don't say giveaway or contest or free or anything like that, because that just attracts people who aren't actual cross stitchers to the page to try to
And
win stuff.
we
So
want to cross stitch it.
just tell us in the comments what your favorite pie is, because now I want pie.
Sorry, I'm making cake tonight.
I know, I really want pie.
We'll make pie for Halloween.
Okay.
I'll do the peanut butter pie if you want.
That sounds
Oh,
good.
okay.
Well, you can make your own pie then.
I'll make
smart
my
face.
own pie. So anyway, so enter for this a piece of fabric and a pattern, and then when we
So
reach,
wait, is that just one person gets all
yes,
of that, or okay?
we're gonna put it all in the bag.
It'll be
Okay.
a whole little.
like a little.
Yeah, and I promise
kit.
this won't just be pieces of fabric. It will be a project.
We're just
bag.
gonna send you the.
I had the
fabric.
best of intentions this week, but life.
You know.
And then I think that's it. I was gonna say something else.
Something profound.
No,
All right.
just about this. When we reach 200, Sarah will make one of her sew away bags,
And I
which are
think I
super
will
handy.
do the Mimi gingham. My
I love
grandmother
my
worked
sewing
in
bag.
textiles for 1,000 years, and we have tons of different colored ginghams left.
Yeah, because she would make
So,
pinafores.
I think
and-
I'll just do that. I'll do Mimi gingham and
yeah,
all
That'd
the
be
different
that'll be
colors.
special. Mimi
It'll
Gingham.
be special.
So anyway, thank you so much for listening to us ramble. I mean, you knew it wasn't going to be short. Every week I'm like, this is going to be a short one.
It's gonna be short.
It's not
No,
short.
it's not.
If you're curious about my Halloween decor, last weekend I put up some pictures of my Halloween stuff. I was going to do a video, but let's face it, I don't know how to edit. I'm just
Maybe
gonna
by
be honest.
next Halloween we'll learn how to edit.
Like, I'm learning to do things at like through school, like Zooming and, you know, all this. I mean, I know how to Zoom, but like, you know, screen sharing and making files that I can share and the kids can. And so, like, I have no brain power left to figure out
Okay.
how to edit.
So what you do is you call a 5th grader down, so they learn how to
Exactly.
edit on
Right.
iMovie,
Yes.
and they'll teach you.
They'll teach me how to Flosstube.
Because that's
right.
how I learned how to use Flipgrid.
So we're gonna let you go because we're still rambling.
Bye.
Hello. That was my mailman.
Mailman.
Mail's here.
And we will see you next time. So take care. Have a great week. Let us know what your favorite pie is. Enter if you want to. And next week, maybe it'll be a short one. Oh, the lies. I sit on a throne of lies.
Throne of lies.
So, bye guys.
Bye.
Bye.
See you real soon.